Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Bow to the weather here with our latest report for bass fishing. And we're looking at the report for November 28th, 2020. I hope everyone is doing well and everyone had a good Thanksgiving Day. And we're actually going to take a look at the best fishing options that are going to be available for the state of Texas, um, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, as well as Florida, those five states. And going forward, and there's been quite a bit of activity in the southeast states of the United States. For the last 24 hours, and it's going to get actually even a lot more heavy for going into next week Thursday. Between now and next week Thursday, between a low pressure system that's actually causing a tremendous amount of precipitation in the states of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, as well as Florida. And as it makes its way eastward, it's actually going to be turning northeasterly and creating a lot of snow possibilities with precipitation in the Ohio Valley as well as the Great Lakes area. So anyway, let's take a look at the fishing conditions for Texas going forward. Sorry, for Florida. Florida will be mostly clear for most of the day tomorrow with some overcast from about 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. with humidity increasing into the upper 80s in the late evening. And the best fishing activity will be around 12:30 p.m. and 12 o'clock a.m. on Saturday. And then if we take a look at Texas, it's going to be raining most of the day with humidity in the upper 80s and quite windy in the morning. In Mississippi, what's actually going to be happening there will be raining in the early morning from possibly about 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. With high humidity in the mid 90s. And humidity will drop quite a bit during the day, but in the late evening will pick up, and later on you'll have scattered showers there in Mississippi. And when it comes to Louisiana, very high humidity in the early morning, and then in the early morning, then what will actually happen is that around 6 p.m., then you'll have more sporadic showers throughout the day. And as we take a closer look at Alabama, Alabama will actually have a lot of rain in the early morning from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then closer to the middle of the day, will actually clear up quite a bit. And then it will kind of settle down for the rest of the day. So as mentioned, we do have a situation with the heavy precipitation for these states. So if we take a closer look, we'll actually see that the precipitation will be very, very heavy along the coast for the states of Louisiana and Mississippi. And then you should expect a lot of rain for most of the day, for especially in Alabama, central Alabama. And then for Florida, Florida will be clear around the Florida power area. Yes. So when it comes to the actual high tide, low tide, and sunsets for Florida, we're actually looking at a 7:04 a.m. Sunrise for Florida. And then for sunset, it will be 5:34 p.m. High tide will be at 1 o'clock p.m. And low tide will be at 7:11 a.m. and 7:01 p.m. low tide. And then the pressure will be 30.01 at 1 a.m. for Florida and 30.09 at 11 p.m. For the pressure. As far as the opposing lunar transit time, we're looking at 11:01 a.m. to 1:01 p.m. And then lunar transit for Florida will be 11:28 p.m. to 1:28 a.m. For Texas, We're actually looking at a sunrise of 6:52 a.m. and sunset of 5:16 p.m. And then the high tide will be at 12:24 a.m. and 3:23 p.m. And the low tide for Texas will be 7:42 a.m. and 8:28 p.m. low tide with a pressure of 30.09 at 9 a.m. and 30 inches mercury at 11 p.m. And for Texas, we're actually looking at opposing lunar transit of 10:48 a.m. to 12:48 p.m. and 11:15 p.m. to 1:15 a.m. And then for Mississippi, we're actually looking at a sunrise of 6:32 a.m. And 4:53 p.m. sunset, and the high tide will be 7:56 p.m. and low tide will be 5:20 a.m. for Mississippi, with pressure there of 30.03 at 1 a.m. and also 30.09 at 11 a.m. For Mississippi, with opposing lunar transit at 10:25 a.m. to 12:25 p.m. and lunar transit at 10:53 p.m. to 12:53 a.m. And then when it comes to Louisiana, sunrise will be at 6:32 a.m. and sunset will be 5:59 p.m. High tide will be 12:18 a.m. and low tide will be at 10:16 a.m. We're looking at a pressure of 30.03 at 1 a.m. and 30.12 at 10 a.m. with opposing lunar transit for Louisiana at 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and 10:57 p.m. for the lunar transit to 12:57 a.m. And for Alabama, sunrise will be at 6:30 a.m., sunset will be at 4:50 p.m., and high tide will be at 9:28 p.m., and low tide will be at 9:42 a.m. And we do anticipate the pressure to be about 30.03 at 1 a.m., and at about 9 a.m., it will be 30.09. With opposing lunar transit for Alabama, we're actually looking at 10:23 a.m. to 12:33 p.m. and a lunar transit will be 10:50 p.m. to 12:50 a.m. So I hope all of these conditions are going to be very favorable for some Thanksgiving weekend fishing on Saturday, November 28th. I do appreciate all of our subscribers for our bass fishing report, and I wish you the best fishing experience. And I do appreciate all of our subscribers. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.